Hello there, you guys. What is up? It's your boy Chris here, Crispy Chris, Crispy Changeling, all that jizz, all that jazz. And today, as you can probably see up there, we're gonna be showing you some heavy rain footage. Now, I just beat the game for like the third time. Like, okay, so this video is gonna be titled "The Happy Ending," the ending that's happiest, like the best possible outcomes for all four characters. And I don't really want to spoil it like by telling you off right now, but so yeah, just go ahead and watch the video, and this is the best possible ending in that I believe that you can get with all four characters. So I did one before originally whenever I was playing through this game. It looked like I was actually going to end up getting the worst ending, where there's a mix of suicides, wrongful imprisonments, and character deaths, and overall just a psychopathic murderer getting off scot-free. That's probably the worst ending. And this right here is the best ending, which opens up with a newscast. That's what a lot of them do. And so here, go ahead and take a watch. So basically, they found the kid who was kidnapped by the killer alive, and I think that's pretty much it for now, so far. So let's go ahead and resume and watch this cutscene. This is all epilogue from now on. So this is just the results of your actions and choices throughout the game of what happened, the outcome. So there's nothing playable, or there's no more decisions for you to make in these scenes. So yeah, this is just the outcomes. Okay, okay, but that face though that they fucking put for him, he's like, what the hell, nigga? Why you in my damn face with that shit? Like he doesn't even fucking expect it or something. And they say origami instead of origami. Good. Fucking wife should apologize for being a bitch. The killer. That nigga lied to your ass. Shelby was killed during a massive police operation, but further details have not yet been released to the public. What are you talking about? There was literally no cops there in my ending. Oh, here we go. Family man.
Let's just say a friend of a friend let me jump in line. If we like it, it's ours.
Why she look like a slut though? I know she ain't a stripper.
Hey,
Kids
Dad!
having fun.
I think I found my room!
Well, what do you think?
It's perfect, Ethan.
Yeah, seems like it. Perfect
We'll be able
ending.
to forget what happened. We'll lead a normal life.
Yep.
One day, it'll all just seem like a bad dream.
That is a reliefful statement.
We're right to be happy now, Ethan.
Yeah.
All three
It
of us.
fucking satisfies me. That's why I like this ending the best. Because I fucking see Ethan happy. And after all the shit that he goes through in this story, that's what he really deserves. Is to be happy. Be reunited with his kid. Know that he's not a failure as a father. I don't want to spoiler why he's depressed and why he's a failure as a father. You'll just have to play through the game.
Sure you've thought this through, Norman?
Alright, this is the hard ending to get. The hardest thing for Jaden is this ending. It's also the best one.
I'm done thinking.
Yeah.
I need to lead something like a normal life. I've just got a bit too close to everything recently. I need to step back. At least for a while.
See, look, at least he's hopeful. He knows, like, maybe I'll be back.
Back to the FBI?
I don't know. I'm making no promises.
He's a good man. Damn, well, uncapped.
You can keep your Ari if you like. This one's going offline. This will be a model due next month.
Nah, he don't need it.
I think you better take it back. It's just a little too compelling. I won't help you when I'm gone.
Yeah. The hood, nigga. Oh, yeah. It's sad. It seems like he was...
What you're looking for, Norman.
Yeah, me too.
so too.
It's sad because this Norman, they set him up as a smart dude. He's the type of guy who was basically looks like he was made for that job. And this should be the last epilogue scene or ending. What happens to the criminal, the bad guy? And the mother's, and the victim's mother.
Okay, thinking about that, arms. You don't know why you did all this. Nothing can justify it anyway. I feel nothing but contempt for you. Nothing but contempt.
Low key though, I understand why you mad at him, but he did kind of save your life, so he's pretty much the only reason why you're even still alive. TBH. Just saying. This dude was fucking 48 anyway, so you know. I wonder if they actually found his body. Probably not, because it like fell into the goddamn ocean. Oh, here we go. That was so fucking hard to do, guys. So, anyways. Oh, damn. Well. I honestly don't feel like having to talk through this, and there's no way to like pause or whatever, so I'm just gonna go put out and talk to you guys for a couple minutes about a couple things, so, yeah. Alright, so that was Heavy Rain, a tutorial, or sort of, well, I'm about to explain what all just happened to you, and how exactly that was the best possible ending. So basically, let me run through quick what exactly this game is supposed to be. Heavy Rain is an interactive drama, a decision-based story game. It plays out kind of like a movie, except you're able to do certain things and make certain choices that affects numerous endings. So basically, the ending I just got was the one where, okay, so there's this killer, right, who ends up being the private detective, who's one of the 4 playable characters in the game. And he ends up eventually being revealed as being the murderer, the Origami Killer in this game. And, um, so he basically kidnaps another one of the main character, Ethan Mars. He kidnaps his son, Sean Mars, after he witnesses the death of his other son, Jason. Because he believes that since, Ethan was so, he's tried to sacrifice himself to save Jason, that he was worthy of his trials. I'm gonna go ahead and mute it. Hold up. Because I cannot listen to that for too long. It just makes me fucking depressed. I just put him out. So yeah, basically, that's Heavy Rain. That's a little bit of the story. So Scott, the Scott guy, the big dude in like the brown coat, he's the private investigator who basically went around to all the families who were affected by the killer, or him, and collected all the evidence so he could get rid of that. Now, in this ending, of course, you saw we foiled his plans, and he ended up dying. So the best possible endings go by the following name. For Ethan Mars, the father of Sean, that is the one where he ends up reuniting. It is called A New Start. This is the ending where he and his son Sean Mars survive, and they end up reuniting together in the end to move on with their lives from this. Um, the best ending for Madison, the girl and the love interest of Ethan Mars, who helps him out throughout the game, um, is the ending where she ends up joining them. She is kissed and forgiven by Ethan, and it's called A New Life, and she ends up joining Ethan and Sean in their new apartment and becoming a part of their family, living with them. The best ending for Jaden, as you just saw, was to have him give up the investigation and basically let him and let someone else rescue Sean, like either Ethan or Madison. But is what's very important is that if you have him give up the investigation, then either Ethan or Madison has to save Sean from Scott. Otherwise, you'll get one of the bad endings called Smoking Mirror, which is basically where he fails and he ends up ODing from a drug. So, yeah, so the best ending for him, the one that I got, where he fails to save Sean, but Sean is rescued at the end and lives, is one called Resignation, where he ends up quitting the FBI or taking a break, as you saw. So, who knows? He may go back, he may not. And so, yeah, that's you gotta feel bad. I almost feel as bad for Ethan as I do Jaden, because Jaden and Ethan, they probably struggle the most out of the two. Because Ethan, he's put through so much shit throughout the story with how he's able to having to do all this shit in order to save his son and going through all this bad stuff, all this grim and sadness and loss. To be honest, I just wanted to see Ethan get his happy ending, which is what it seemed like we did. And so about Jaden, he's just under so much shit, bro. He ends up being so stressed by having to be like the world's smartest like detective guy, you know, like the next Batman or some shit, having those magic ARI glasses, to where he starts taking these drugs called Tripto that help him deal with the hallucinations that he has. But overall, it just makes it worse, and it's like adding salt to an open wound, you know, kind of. And so in the end, what he needs a fucking break. He's earned his happiness just like all the rest of the cast, I think is what Madison was saying. So yeah, they all earn their happiness. And then that of course brings us to the Scott ending. He is the Origami Killer, the one who orchestrated all this madness, the one who basically caused, no, Jason caused Heavy Rain. Honestly, he was a dumbass. He should not have fucking gotten himself killed like that. But anyways, he is the one who orchestrated all this. He kidnapped all those kids, drowned them in the well, all that shit. And basically, he is the murderer. He's the one who set all this up and did all this stuff. And to be honest, it is kind of sad looking back on this game. It's with a game called Heavy Rain, you know, it's just to be expected. So the ending is the one where he is foiled by the characters and he is defeated and eventually murdered. There's actually two ways that that can happen. He can either be killed by um, the three heroes, either in the fight against Madison and fucking Jaden, but in our ending, Jaden gave up, so he didn't actually show up at the warehouse. Or he can be shot by one of the various children's mothers, one of his victims' mothers, Lauren, who eventually, if none of the other characters end up stopping him and she's still alive by the epilogue, then she eventually ends up confronting him because she's like, none of those parents ever called you. And then she finds out that he's the killer, and then she murders him. So, yeah, I think that pretty much wraps things up. We're about to go on time here, about 13 and a half minutes. So I think that that wraps things up here for you'd have just gotten the tutorial or the explanation of the best possible ending I believe that you can get in at the end of the video game Heavy Rain. And this was on PS3 of course, and it's also on PlayStation 4 for all you PS4 people. So without further ado guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a lovely day, my little crispy donuts. Bye.